Здравствуйте, товарищи. Что-то как-то сегодня все нестабильно работает. Что-то у меня даже не хочет ни чат запускаться. Что-то непонятно вообще, что сегодня происходит. Трансляция не хотела даже запускаться. Что происходит, я не пойму. Поэтому пойди знай, что происходит. Почему у меня не хочет чат. Значит, воспроизводиться. Интернет глючит. Сейчас мы заново его сделаем. Почему чат не выводится, непонятно. Я пока его скрою. Ради интернета. Тут что-то вообще, что такое с интернетом происходит, я просто не знаю. То ОБС не хотел начинать трансляцию, то что-то еще. Ёпрст. Просто слов нету. Что не нравится? Я что-то непонятно, что происходит. Ну, отлично. Ура! Эврика! Заработал чат у нас. Так что, если хотите, пишите. Так. Теперь мы продолжаем, наконец-таки, прохождение Spellforce. Проблем, блин, еще интернет все глючит, не хочет работать. Я первый раз, честно говоря, чат вывожу так на экран, поэтому не судите строго.
Of the few refugees who make it to Everlight, many are shocked to find that their troubles do.
Громко. Я стараюсь, как говорится, но кое-что для меня в новинку. Попробуем потом красиво сделать чат, но это потом, ребят, сделаю. Значит, мы сегодня я выкладывал серию, да, где мы, собственно, все свете остановились. Добрались мы до этого гребаного города. Вот. Ура, да, как говорится. Вроде интернет нормально стал работать. Докачал я своих персонажей до довольно приемлемого уровня. Почти 12, я думаю, тут в подземелье отправиться.
Sure.
Посмотрим, может здесь задания какие-либо есть. Я помню, то есть были какие-то задания. Ну это я, можно сказать, запорол. Ну не запорол.
Sounds like a plan.
Скажем так, не самым лучшим вариантом завершения произошло. Ну-ка давайте проверим чат. Как он будет реагировать. Так, ящичек, кстати, к вопросу. Магическая защита. Зелье, блин, бесполезное. Так, и что у нас? Не выводится, что ли? А, нет, все. Вижу. Вывелось.
Yes.
Так, вот еще что-то. Какое-то странное злобное письмо. Ну, это про то, что война магов, там, наверное, разоряет что-то там и так далее. Типа того. Посмотрим, здесь нету заданий. Я вообще многие повыполнял. Тут бандюки остались. Так, перевернутая. Караван. Печально. Ну нифига себе.
No, no. Don't die on me. I need help over here.
They killed one of our heroes.
Damn it! I need healing. Understood.
They killed one of our heroes.
Ну, блин, вы знаете ли? Нифига, блин. Я хочу сказать мощное. Я прям офигел.
Just give the word.
Interesting.
Чё такие лютые?
So, what's the plan?
Что я вообще не понял, как так. Че какие-то мощные. Нормально так.
Get ready.
Так, кстати, может тебе лук дать? Какой-нибудь. Хеба 4, это ловкость 6 требуется.
Focus. That way?
Белуха.
Sounds like
Вообще мутанты какие-то мощные.
a plan.
Sure.
Here we go.
What do we need?
Help, please.
All right. Why not? Yes.
Damn it.
I need healing.
Please.
Yes. I'll keep you shielded.
They killed one of our heroes.
Damn it! I need healing.
Uh-huh. Just give the word.
What's next?
All right, here goes nothing.
Мощный какой-то прям.
Fair enough. Let's do this.
Highwaymen. So close to Everlight, though. That's strange.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Потому что ты арбалет сможешь этот. Надо сила. 19-24, ну вообще бы лук надо.
Corporal?
Пипец мощная. Я прям в шоке от ваших, блин.
Yes.
От ваших сил настолько, что аж сохранюсь.
Sure.
Тут там, блин, так
Now
атакуют
would you
прям.
look at that?
Sounds like a plan.
Слов просто нету. Мягких. Какие-то разбойники прям бешеные. 290. Ну эти вроде боевой крикун. Ну.
More fighting. Does this never end? Whatever's necessary.
Ну вот другое дело. Тяжко, но не так же. Ну, у меня шлем лучше. За 1-1. Там амулет. Машире это вручить. Да, она и так белым уроном валит. А вот такой вот лучше. Маг очень опасный.
Blasted armor.
Get ready. Here we
Danger
go.
up ahead.
All right, here goes nothing.
Ну, вот другое дело.
They will fall. You read our mind.
От негативных моментов избавляют. Посмотрим, что дальше тут будет. Куда это нас приведет-то?
Fair enough.
Well, keep
Let's
you
do this.
shielded.
We should get moving.
So, what's the plan?
Вот нормально. Те разбойники прям вообще какие-то прям лютые были. Ладно, может здесь что-нибудь найдем.
Sure.
Да нет, особо что-то не найдем, видимо. Это куда-то дорога. И извне нам это не надо. Блин, нам бы тут уровень поднять.
Yes?
Концентрацию
Just keep
меньше,
the
а
word.
восстанавливается она быстрее. Пец.
Something you need?
0,74, 0,32. Счет. Ну, у него интеллект выше просто. Так,
Huh?
интересно.
Will do.
Что это такое? Что-то знакомый. Тут квест какой-то должен быть, если я правильно помню. С этим связан. Я вспомнил. Да, да, да. Это вот остров надо будет искать, типа того. Точно. Там с одним островком будет связано. По выполнению задания.
Understood.
Опа. Проход, что ли? Три, 7, 2, 4, 1, 1. Один, 1, 2, 4. А как? 1, 1, 2, 4, 3, 7. 1, 4, 7. Надо еще место какое-то, что ли.
Interesting.
Так, где-то еще этот свиток должен быть. Значит, мы один нашли. 2, 3 нашли. А где четвертый? Опа.
This way, right?
Сюда как попасть, я забыл. Через паромщик, да, по-моему?
Yes.
Uh-huh. Let me see.
Где ты, ё-моё, паромщик? Только что тебя видел прям. Вот он. Другую часть города отправят. Может, там это последняя цифра.
would you look at that?
Huh? Help you with something?
That island in the lake.
Yeah?
It might be the distance, but it looks a lot more.
That's because after your father's war, a lot of the creator's mages left.
Why? The creator.
Yeah, but
Well, not all the common folks you call it took part in them. I know the creator's mages haven't ever done anything foul. What happened during that attack was a bloody tragedy. The mayor saw that the people who did it were put on the
I want to cross over there.
25 gold. And no haggling.
I want to cross the lake.
Sure, where to? Got it. Hop in.
Здесь что-нибудь я найду. Вот он, ответ последний.
Now would you look at that?
Все. 1-1. 2-4. 1. 4. 7. 2.
that way?
Interesting.
Вот давайте еще божиками что больше не перемещать, деньги не платить. Тем паромщикам, блин.
Now would you look at that?
25 золотых, вообще жесть. Декоративный доспех. Нехило. Давайте в гильдию творцов направимся. Может, что-нибудь здесь интересно найдем. С кем поговорить.
As a neutral, a political association of mages solely devoted to the study.
Here we are. Impressive.
And there's people down the hall. We should...
Interesting. We do not get visitors often these times.
Who are you?
I'm Undergast. I suppose you could call me the head of the guild. I sensed someone was coming and that someone had an intriguing aura. Now I know who it is. You are
Я правильно
Isamo
помню, здесь
Tahara's
союзника я
child, are you not?
какого-то найду.
How do you know?
Well, I have studied Isamo Tahara's magic quite extensively, especially since the end of the Mage Wars. He was a remarkable man. Yours and his magical aura have a lot of similarities.
A remarkable man?
Yes.
Does that mean you supported him?
No, that is not what I said. I merely stated that he, as a mage and a man, was remarkable.
Я его признаю, что он был великий, но
My
он был
opinion
козел,
on the
да?
war is an entirely different matter.
How are our auras similar?
Well, hard to say. You can simply tell that you're related. And there's something else about you that is...
I get that a lot. Could you elaborate?
It is hard to say. There's something either way. I assume you were here for a reason. How may we, the little that is left of us, help you?
I was wondering if you could tell me more about the Creators Guild.
Maybe I should begin with the question, what do you know about...
I know that you are a neutral association of mages that didn't participate.
Well, and that is about the core of our guild. We are mages devoted to... We were founded in the year
Понятно.
231 by a woman named God of Boundary. Ever since, the Creators Guild has been a constant in the ever-changing political landscape of Northander.
So you are the leader of the guild?
Well, I do not see myself as such, but yes, the majority of the guild considers me its leader.
The ferryman told me about an attack on the guild after the Mage Wars. He said it was the reason that there are so few mages left on the island. Is that true?
Yes, but it was not just the attack. There was also an internal disagreement.
That attack.
Of course. They were trying to kill us, so we fought back. Looking back, I think that this display of power was something we should have done earlier. Only because we were peaceful, the people who attacked us assumed that we were defenseless. They will not make the same mistake again.
That's a very...
If by dry, you mean... But again,
What kind...
I would prefer not to talk about it.
Actually, we're here for a reason. We're investigating the blood burn. Is there anything you or your guild knows about it?
The blood burn. You're studying it.
I guess you could say that, yes.
Interesting. No, we do not know more about it than...
Well, you're right about that. It's magic.
But Sarland, that's interesting. Say, would you mind to tell me more? You seem to know a lot of variables which we are not aware of yet.
I'll tell you, but we should find somewhere to sit.
Of course. Well, this is both fascinating and peculiar.
What do you make of it?
I do not believe in visions and prophecy, unless they come from a dreamweaver, so I'm uncertain. There is no arguing that this man Rondar Lacane knew more about the blood burn than most people. And his clues led you to Mullendeer, which is nothing short of impressive. So you believe that the blood burn is caused by Shaper telepathy. Is that correct?
It is a theory, but yeah. Rogue telepathy, so to speak.
I see. I would like to come with you.
What?
I was clear, was I not? I would like to come with you. Your story is nothing short of fascinating. The Shaper City, the blood burn, and this nexus. I would like to accompany you and help. I have a wide knowledge of the magic and the Shapers, and a strong interest in finding a cure for the blood burn.
What about the guild? Aren't you their leader?
I am, but that does not bind me to stay. It is common for creators' mages to head out to expeditions. They have become rarer due to the war, but still, there is nothing stopping me from coming back when our business is concluded.
Well,
I can defend myself. However, there is one thing, maybe you could help.
as long as it doesn't...
Simple. I have always, quite recently, a group of refugees were... They said that a stone golem took over the abandoned mine near the gates and has grown a soul, and apparently has been trading with the villagers and even befriended one of them. It all seems highly unlikely, but I want to investigate it.
A monster with a soul? How is that even possible?
I do not know. It is not the first time people have reported such occurrences, but most of the times they turned out to be a hoax. This, can you imagine? The ramifications of such a discovery would be monumental.
Я вот
It
это
is
что-то не
currently
помню.
believed that only the 5 principal kinds are capable of conscious thought. Disproving that would change everything. Suddenly, would killing a monster not be a homicidal act? Would putting them in a cage not be considered slavery? And finally, is it right for the principal kinds to consider themselves special, chosen by the
Ну ты
guardians?
философ, я
What do you
по-другому не
need my
скажу.
help with?
Well, this is all an exciting scholarly prospect, but a golem is still a golem. So if the monster goes feral, I will require assistance. I can defend myself, but still it would be unwise to go there alone. I will get prepared and meet you at the mine. Do you know where it is?
Tell me.
Up north, at the top of the Iskander mountain. I will go as soon as...
Fair enough. I'll see you there.
Yes?
Odd fellow. But he's a capable mage, that's for sure.
Анализ. Чтобы спуститься вот сюда вот надо пройти. Интересно сделано.
Interesting.
Торговец, может быть, что-нибудь мы наторгуем нормальное?
Now would you look at that?
Hey, you're an adventurer, aren't you? Come take a look. I'm sure I've got something that might spark your interest.
35, 35, 35. Тридцать восемь, 40. А, ну это двуручная. А одноручных нету? Зимний молот, но это вот который у меня. Пламенный молот. . белый урон. Ну а так меньше. Хотя пламенный молот пишет, что он дороже, но неудивительно. Так, одноручно. Пламенная палец. Кстати. Эх, а мне нельзя, да? Ее. 21, 2. А, она меньше будет, да? А изгрим? 20... А, она меньше атакует, все ясно. Я уже думал. Блестящий молот. Ну, 56 атак. Ну, он быстрый, да? Быстрый урон. У меня вот такой есть. Интеллект. Черноватая. Вот у меня такие есть. $50 000. Слушай, да я ради этих зелий могущества тебе все продам, блин. Веришь, нет? И для заданий. Ива, это все не нужно. Амулет понадобится. Кольца тоже. Все мантии бесполезны. 48 000. Да мы на 5 уровней бы подняли бы. Добавляете на 5000. Че это за палец? Погоди. Нет, против эльфов нужно оставить, пригодится. Против людей. Ловкость, нифига себе. 23, 24, что так быстро-то? Ну, это урон против людей. Огненный урон, тип урона. Уручно подумаем. Блестящий посох. Если 2 мы купим. Нам еще надо, да? Значит. Хорошо, на 2 уровня давай хотя бы повысим. Артефакты. Это есть у меня. Давайте не могу. Ускорение. Все. Вот это я бы взял бы еще бы. Хороший артефакт. Вот это я могу продать, но он очень полезная вещь.
A fair offer.
Так.
So, what's the plan?
Ты уж извини, но я только главного героя буду качать. Ловкость. И интеллект. Так. А это я не могу, да? Это надо еще. Это 35, ну это такой абсолютно. Ну, я бы еще командора прокачал бы. Я ему еще бы ловкость и интеллект дал. Блин, ну 20 тысяч надо. Откуда я возьму? Я вот это могу продать. Ну, блин, ну он кому-то пригодится. В принципе, мы к нему вернуться сможем. Так что... Чё нет? Не в последний раз. Критический удар. Интеллект. Быстрее у меня восстанавливается будет мана, я удары там мощные и так далее буду носить лучше. Ох, не уверен, слушай, ох, не уверен, что в этой шахте смогу все выполнить. Как надо. Задание реально тяжелое. Без шуток.
Interesting.
All right, why not?
Let's see.
Если я правильно помню, пипец. Задание очень тяжелое.
Yes.
Ah, it is you.
Didn't you say in front of the mine?
I did, but then I realized that it might be wise to scout ahead in order to get a clearer picture of the situation. Come, let us go. The golem, follow me.
That way?
Мужик, ты куда бежал?
You read my mind. They will fall.
More fighting. Does this never end?
Here we go.
I need help over here.
Да, стала концентрация неплохо
Just give
восстанавливаться.
the word. Sounds like a plan.
Now would you look at that?
Мужик, блин,
Got it.
ты куда так?
Sure. Get ready.
What's next?
Blasted armor.
So, what's the plan?
Look, up ahead.
Someone's coming.
And its friend.
I know.
Let's see what they have to say. Come on, don't die on us now.
Паки, блин, гребаные.
Yes?
What do we need? Will do. Greetings. Are you...
Rick, who are they? I'm afraid.
Don't worry, Hubert. They are not here to hurt you. Judging by the sounds of fighting we heard, I take it you took care of those undead. If so, you have my thanks. They appeared out of nowhere just a couple of days ago and locked us in.
They are dead. We're here to ask you some questions about your friend.
I figured. So I'm guessing you heard the rumors, right? Yes, this is the golem with a soul. And yes, I am the odd fellow
Интересно,
protecting
блин,
him.
я помню этот квест,
Before I
прикольный.
tell
Да.
you anything, promise me that you won't hurt him.
I know he might look intimidating, but he's actually quite sensitive.
I promise.
Good. That's good.
So, what do you want to know? You didn't come here to take him away, did you?
Hubert is a stone golem. Why didn't you kill these undead yourselves if they trapped you?
Kill? Hubert? I told you he couldn't hurt a fly. He doesn't look it, but in his head, he's just like a child.
Why Hubert?
It was my grandfather's name. And one day, I simply started calling Hubert that.
How did you come to know Hubert? I mean, you don't just come up to a golem and start a conversation.
Right. You don't. I found him laying half dead just outside this mine. Some creature drained him of his essence, a ghost or something.
Darkness came and stole my light.
I know, Hubert.
For some reason, I immediately noticed that Hubert was different. In every other situation, I would have simply turned away and alarmed the guard, but I just couldn't. So I went into the city to find a mage.
Who? Joseph. His name was Joseph.
He is not with the Creators Guild. And this Joseph agreed to help you.
Well, he still owed me a favor, so... Yes, I asked him to heal Hubert. And even though he told me it was dangerous, he eventually did it. When it was done, he told me to get away as soon as possible, as it might wake up again soon. But just like when I had first seen him there, I simply knew that there was... You can figure out the rest. I took him into the mine, as the Everlight guards would have attacked him on sight. And here?
So, you took him into the cave to...
Yes. Of course.
And before these undead woke up, this place was actually quite peaceful.
How long ago is it that you found him?
Let me think. Almost 4 moons now.
How did you become friends, though?
Rick, friendly. Rick, always friendly. Rick, care for me.
Well, maybe friendship isn't the proper word for it. It's more like I care for him, the way a father cares for a child. And yes, I know how funny that sounds considering Hubert's...
Hubert, what makes you different from other golems? When did you realize you can think for yourself?
I don't know. I always had thoughts. Always had ideas.
Интересно получается.
But I did not know how to tell people about them. After the ghost attacked me and Rick healed me, he taught me how to speak.
Taught?
Yes. Yes, of...
Hubert is a very good student. He learned how to speak almost fluently in just a couple of months.
He could also carry the spirit of a person in him. Did you ever think?
If so, it was the spirit of an infant. As I said, all I did was offer Hubert guidance and...
What are your plans for Hubert?
Honestly, I don't know. Hubert is such a good lad, and I want him to have a normal, happy life.
Yes, friends. Rick.
Hubert, what did we say?
Do you want me to be sad?
Apology accepted. Just
Прикольно, блин.
don't do that again.
Anyway, I try not to think about it. And until you showed up...
All right, look. My friend here would like to learn more about Hubert's uniqueness. It would be of great scientific value. Would it be possible for us to examine him?
I don't know.
Golems were created to endure pain.
What my friend is trying to say is he will do everything he can to keep Hubert comfortable.
What do you think, Hubert?
I don't know.
Fine. If you think it will help...
Thank you, sir. Then let us begin. Interesting. Truly interesting. Hubert, I am done. You can rest.
It wasn't bad. It tickled a little, but it didn't hurt.
So, what did you find out?
Not much. But let me discuss it with my companion first.
Where is the kind sir going, Rick? I liked him.
They're just going to have a talk. They'll come back.
So let me be brief. I inspected Hubert's magical core, and it is rather unusual. It's overflowing with magical essence, unlike anything I've ever seen. My theory is that his remarkable intelligence comes from this irregularity.
Много магии в нем.
Unfortunately, I believe that the very same irregularity is also dangerous. The essence within him...
It is very likely that it will eventually get out of control and cause an explosion unlike anything this land has ever seen. To me, it appears...
I do not think I should make that choice. I consider myself a rational person, but I'm afraid that my fascination with the matter clouds...
Couldn't we just take him somewhere secluded and leave?
I'm afraid that's out of the question. We just don't know what the long-term effect of this instability would be. He could, for example, become feral and use his incredible...
What do you mean by...
Well, the possibilities are endless. If we can replicate the structure of its core and stay...
Obviously, there is no guarantee these experiments will bear fruit. We would also be risking blowing Everlight to smithereens in the process.
If I had to make a guess, I would say that there is a 40% chance that the golem will be stabilized, and we will be able to harness the core. A 40% chance that it will...
We can't do this. This is a sentient being we're talking about, not just a construct.
Forgive me, but this is highly irrational. You are a mage, so you should be able to sense it yourself.
He's right, Tahar. Charming as he is, Hubert is a walking time bomb. Not doing anything would be imposed.
Also, there is a slim chance that harnessing the power of his core would stabilize the core, and thus allow it to live.
Of course.
So, what did you and your friend talk about?
Well, there's no good way to say this. Hubert's magic core is very unusual. It is overflowing with energy, and the only way to save him is to take him to the Creators Guild, where they can try to control his power. Thing is, it might be a painful experience for Hubert. I'm sorry, but it's the only way. The alternative would be to kill him.
You bloody monster! No!
Rick, you're outnumbered, and I'm offering you and Hubert a chance. Don't you see it? You can either die here like a fool, or you can make sure Hubert gets through the entire ordeal.
Well, I guess you're right, aren't you? I don't have a chance against you all.
Hubert? It's time... Yes.
Well, I must say that I'm happy you made that decision. I will go back to the... I will see you there.
Куда там бежишь-то? А, нежить прям тут есть мощная.
Let's see.
Да и столько только.
Corporal,
More keep you shielded. This place is a great graveyard.
Да, нежити дофига, хочу сказать. Может быть, уровень поднимем. Даже. Давайте посмотрим здесь что как.
Sounds like a plan. That way?
Я правильно помню, тот мужик к нам присоединится. А Хуберт, Муландир мы отправим, если я правильно. Блин, я вот знаю, что вниз лучше не спускаться, потому что там полная жопа, в прямом смысле. Там то ли виверна, то ли виверны. Короче, сейчас мы с ними справиться не сможем, 100%. Это даже не обсуждается. Здесь стрёмно, потому что я помню, как тяжело все было. О, нифига себе. Куда ты бежишь, блин?
Danger up ahead.
So, what's the plan?
Interesting.
Клинки на продажу, гоблинское мясо может быть. Этому отдать.
Sure.
Царю гоблинов.
Let's see.
Камень. Божий.
Now would you look at that?
Ну, такой дух этого дьявола прям. Не кажется ли вам? Мне здесь стрёмно прям. Гоблинов дофига. Чего вас тут так много?
Interesting.
Или могущество, это мне показалось. А, магическое сопротивление или могущество действительно. А, мороза.
This way, right?
Ох, снизу стрёмно, блин, честно скажем. Сколько древности. Артефакты, то есть можно будет создать, да? Доспехи офигенные. Знаешь, что вот здесь жопа полная творится. Вот именно вот в этом месте. Там виверна 2500 здоровья, блин. Поэтому давайте на всякий случай. И она, кстати, там не одна. Ну, все может быть очень опасно закончено. Но пещера, тем не менее. Ну, жар крапива, кстати. Можно было бы ее не покупать. Опять гоблины. Так.
Fair enough. Let's do this. Get ready. Uh-huh. You got it.
Yes?
All right, here goes nothing. Here we go.
Let's see.
И сколько нам опыта дадут за это? Мы столько много гоблинского мяса ему дадим.
Sure.
That way? You got it.
Will do.
All right, here goes nothing.
Опять, блин.
Yes.
Fine.
Whatever's necessary.
Fair enough. Let's do this.
Ну так уровень постепенно поднимем-то.
Get ready.
Надо зелье могущества вообще этой купить. Чтобы лук она взяла. Ну, сколько ловкость надо? 6, а у нее 4. Мы хотя бы лук другой можем взять. Блин, мне стрёмно сюда спускаться. Потому что я знаю, кто здесь находится.
Sounds like a plan.
They will fall.
Yes. Sure.
Увидали, блин.
What do we need?
You got it.
Please.
Got it.
Blasted armor.
О, еще и ты.
That's the way. All right, why not?
Увидали, блин, пожиратель, блин.
This way, right?
Here we go.
Может, за него нам опыта неплохо дадут. Но с ним мы нормально справляемся. Все верно.
More fighting.
Just give
Does
them
this
word.
never end?
Это он переродится, значит мог, нифига себе. Как раз быстро разобрались.
Sounds like a plan. You got it.
Ну, ящик.
Now would you
Ну,
look at
пожиратель вы видели, с ним разобрались с трудом. А там ладно бы, если бы одна виверна была бы. Я бы еще подумал бы. Блин, она ж не одна была. Там молодые виверны были. Это как минимум 4 надо приходить. Ну что, круг сделали, всю шахту уже обошли. Почти.
Danger up ahead.
На ней одет.
Understood.
Вы теперь снизу, да? Ах, ну хотя мы снизу так и были, по-моему, не? Телеконцентрация.
Will do.
Я сюда. Если нам не нужно.
Sure.
Interesting.
Вот божий камень. Если что, можем телепортироваться.
Got it. You read my mind.
Вот еще.
So, what's the plan? All right, here goes nothing.
Отлично.
Fair enough. Let's do this.
Let's see.
Так себе клинки.
Will do.
О, что-то тут есть. Блин, виверну бы забрать. Как я хочу виверну забрать, а?
Blasted armor. All right, why not?
What do we... need?
Here we go. That way? Sounds like a plan.
Ох,
This way, right?
Whatever's necessary.
ну так поодиночке-то и заберем. Так, одну забрали. Осталось самую мощную забрать.
You got it.
Yes?
Блин, вообще бессмысленно атаковать ее таким образом.
You'll regret this.
Sure.
Understood.
I need mana!
I need help over here. All right, here goes nothing.
Yes.
Killed one of our heroes.
Just give the word.
Regret this.
Get ready. I need help over here.
Help! Please!
Yes.
Yes.
You read my mind.
Help! Please!
They will fall.
Help! Please!
Неужели заберем, а? Ох, блин.
Plan.
Ура! Фига себе, я, блин, даю. У меня слов нету. Но опять же, все, блин, зелья маны и так далее, блин, потратили. Осталось еще ядовитого, верно. По сравнению с этой-то, там проблем особо не должно быть.
That way?
Blasted armor. That's the way.
Интересно, что они сторожат такого мощного?
Fair enough. Let's do this.
Help! Please!
Sure.
Sure.
Ух ты! Так. Что там запалится? Дополнительный урон ослабленным противником. Так. Ну, слушай, он чаще атакует. Урона. Осадный урон. Что значит осадный урон? Посмотрим, ладно. Блин, это было шикарно. Самых мощных противников разобрали, которые здесь есть.
This way, right?
Есть.
You read my mind.
Yes.
Пожирателя забрали, блин, а не
Now would you
только.
look at that?
Вообще огонь. $13-16 урон, да. Так себе. 35-35, он более какой-то, что ли, лучший. Пока что, на мой взгляд. Вот сюда надо прийти.
Yes?
Дальше пройти. Сюда надо. Кого здесь мы встретим? Кого сильнее еще? Ящик. Ну, зелье оживления. Так, а дальше еще нету пути?
All right, why not?
Сюда, значит, нельзя.
Blasted armor.
Пора выходить. Уже из этой пещеры, блин, я не думал, что мы этих виверн разберем, блин. Жесть. Тяжко было, много потратили, но все равно. Да, заданий сколько здесь много оказалось-то. Мы в Муландир можем еще отправиться. Нам нужно не то, что на это. Нам нужно отправиться.
Interesting.
Ну, все пещеры исследовали прекрасно.
Of the few refugees who make it to Everlight, many are shocked to find that their troubles do not end there. Though its neutrality as a city-state left it
Сколько денег у меня?
Yes, sure. Yes.
Я думаю, он к нам присоединится, четвертым героем. Только что-то я, по-моему, его не использовал, если я правильно помню. Он черный маг, по-моему.
So, what's the plan? Just give the word.
Медленно бегает. Бегать стал. Или мне так кажется просто.
A political association of mages solely...
Yes.
Let's see. Now would you look at that?
Ah, there you are. In case you were wondering, I sent 2 mages to help Richard and Hubert find their way to the guild. It will be a marvelous opportunity to deepen our knowledge on magic. I'm still fascinated by the idea that an abundance of magic is able to create sentience. Just think of what that entails. Either way, I am ready to join you. I need to take care of some formalities first, but I'm ready to depart before next dawn. Where shall we meet? According to your story, the Shaper City is in the middle of Iskander, is it not?
Yes, near a village called Farland's Hope. But you can just...
Then that is what I will do. Thank you, Tahar. I'm looking forward to working with you.
Так, уровень повысился, кстати. Так. 20 меньше. Парным оружием. Аура какая-нибудь будет. Ремонтировать здание. — огненный шар, нифига себе. Землетрясение, кстати, в будущем пригодится очень. Разрушение, огромный урон здания. Это вам ауру, которая... Ну, это лучше в ауру. Давай вот так вот. Так, ты. Ири. Так, мощнее атакуешь, получается. 0.31. В силе больше. Ладно, давай лучник. Лучницу из тебя сделаем. Магическая стрела. Белый урон. Белый урон. О! Это хорошая вещь. Давай-ка. Изгрим. Что тебе? Тебе бы выносливость больше. Сила воля. Вот так вот лучше. Больше атакует его мощные удары. Ауру какой-нибудь у тебя нету? Ауры, возможно. Вероятность блока, да? А что у нас блок дает? Ускорение 5 секунд. Земли. Оглушает его, ничего себе. Это хороший вариант. Оглушает. Надо бы купить еще это зелье могущества.
Interesting.
10 тысяч одно стоит только, блин. Давай вот это вот. 2 штуки. Это что? Ну, это способности улучшает. Но это нам не нужно. Плохое оружие. Годится это что? Что? Теперь надо подумать, кому дать эти зелья. Значит, если я возьму, то аура постоянно будет. Если я Ирии дам, она у меня прокачается как лучница, да, ну и так. Изгриму, ну изгриму я не вижу особо. Ну, первое я точно себе дам. Ну давай себе, ладно. Ага. Все, я понял. Вот так вот. Сила атак увеличена.
Yes?
Yes?
Огонь. Если что, знаю, у кого что покупать это.
Of the few refugees who make it to Everlight, many are shocked to find that their troubles do not end there. Though its neutrality as a city-state left it largely unscathed.
We should get moving.
You got it.
Жалко, маловато дают возможностей. Я думаю, теперь пора в Муландир отправиться. Знаете, что мы не в Муландир отправимся, а...
That way?
Ладно, раз Муландир требует, значит, надо.
Tiara's breath. You haven't promised too much to her. This place is incredible.
Just wait until you see it in action.
Just don't forget, we're here for a purpose.
I won't. I'll go talk to Flynn now. We need to find a good place to set up camp. And, if you want to talk, you know, about the past, then feel free to come by.
In any case, with our new alloys, we should be able to go look for the stones. Let's talk at the forge.
Though it might be wise to look for more support first. We don't know what to expect there.
Десять. Так.
What do we need?
Так. Первых. Надо с тобой определиться, что у нас. Ты у нас маг боевой. Угу. Я обычно его носил с собой. Брал. Ну, посмотрим. Так, ты у нас кто? Ты у нас некромант. Нет. Ты? И некромант у нас. Как тебя качать-то? Ладно, подумаем, как качать потом.
Let's see. Yes.
Это улучшение людей,
Now, would
типа,
you look at that?
продает, если я
Now
правильно
look
помню.
at that. The fabled corporal. Good to finally meet you in person. I'm Flynn, second in command of the Wayfarers. I have to say, for someone who only led a puny Nortander division once, you're doing quite a good job leading an army so far. Not of them saying I couldn't do better, but still. Anyway, have you come to arm our men? I strongly...
But you're armed already, aren't you?
Well, yes, with rusty swords and dented armors. I mean with proper equipment. If you give me the coin, I'll send out orders to my...
Can you tell me more about you? Rowan seems to think highly of you.
As he should. What do you want to know?
What did you do before the Wayfarers were formed?
Depends on how far before we're talking. I did some jobs here and there and then joined...
Some jobs? So you were...
Very funny. I was a mercenary.
And then you joined the Royal Army?
Yes. I was even part of the Wolf Guard for a year or so.
Really? How come we never met?
Because that was way before your time. I know I don't look it, but I'm quite some years ahead of you, Tahar. I served under General Noria, under Sentenza, before that disaster at the Iskander Fortress.
How come you left?
Well, there were a couple of reasons. In a nutshell, I didn't agree with some of the things Sentenza made us do. So I deserted. Just like you. Anyway, after I left, I went back into the mercenary business for a while. Then the mage war broke out, things went to shit, and I went into hide. Doing good while not being bound to uniforms, orders, and morning drills was something I'd always wanted to do. I simply didn't expect anyone else to share that vision.
So, what's your job in the Wayfarers?
Well, let's just say that I know a great deal of people, and I can also handle myself in a fight.
I want to buy
music to my ears. What did you have in mind?
Через здоровье 6000, блин. Поговорим.
Ah, Tahar.
Seems your men have made themselves comfortable.
Yeah, they have. But blazes, Tahar. I know I've said it before, but this place is incredible. It's also a very good base, but I'm guessing that's not what you came here for. You want to talk, right? About what I did 8 years ago?
Why did you do it? Why did you tell my father about my plan?
Well, what do you want me to say? I did it because back then, I still believed in your father's vision. What you, Zane, and Helena were going to do, it just seemed, I don't know, wrong. But that doesn't mean it was an easy decision. Also, I didn't think he'd execute you. Probably naive, I know, but it's the truth. You see, I joined Asamo because there was truth in his words. The masks, the pikes, all that hatred against us defilers that the purity of light is spreading now. It was your father. He knew something like that would happen eventually. So he stood up and tried to stop it before it was too late. At least that's what he said. And to be honest, I still don't know if he only lost that vision or had never had it to begin with.
I can't believe you're saying this. The reason the people hate us mages now is because of what my father did.
Oh, really? And what about all that shit that happened beforehand? The witch burnings, mages driven out of the cities, gifted children abandoned by their mothers.
Did you just say because we were better?
Yes, better. How else should I say it? We cast fire from our hands, heal wounds. But does that mean that we want to kill them? No. We're not. Only that we are the lions, they are the cats. We didn't choose to be that.
I don't know. But to me, it sounds like you're still trying to just...
That's where you're wrong. It's not all black and white, Tahar. And you of all people should know that. I know I made mistakes. And I've spent the past 7 years making amends. What else do you think the Wayfarers are for? Why else? And look, I do not expect you to forgive me. I don't even know if I could do it if I were in your position.
I remember that back in the rebellion, ancient relics such as the Godstones were your speciality. Is there anything interesting you could tell me about them?
Interesting? That depends on what you mean by that. I mean, it goes without saying that what this rune allows us to do is
На основе них рунный
Apart
храм
from
потом
that, I
создадут.
could only tell you the things you already know.
So, regarding the Wayfarers, you said that you founded them to make amends. Is that true? And if yes, how did you found them?
Yes. Otherwise, I wouldn't have said it. As to how I formed them, it's a long story. And maybe one we should...
I want to talk about my father.
I figured you'd want to eventually. What is it you want to know?
Do you think it's true? But he was simply crazy.
Towards the end, but before that, I still don't know. I've said it before, but there's one part of me that likes to think he would... But if there's one thing I know, it's that he was a leader.
You sound almost nostalgic.
Nostalgic? No. It's just... I've never met someone with that energy.
This might sound strange, but... do you see any resemblance?
Interesting that you ask. Yes, there were moments where I could not help but note.
Could you be a bit more specific?
Well, I think that the best way to describe it's somehow distant, but at the same time, I believe that it's this energy that helped your father rally the noble houses and all these mages behind him. And ironic...
My father never told me how he grew up. Do you know anything about that?
About his childhood? I'm afraid not. He shared some fragments of his...
Let's discuss something else. I'll be off.
Так, ящички какие-нибудь, может, появились, не? Будет вот сюда наведаться, там, по-моему, враги появятся или... Будут... Как же тебя качать-то, ЕПРСТ? Нифига себе. Тут прикольно. Это точно, вот так вот.
I must say, I am impressed.
With Mullendeer? Yes. It's quite a sight. I still can't believe we're the first ones who found this place.
It seems unlikely, yes, but yet it happened. Isgrim, the dwarf, told me about it. He said that the rock illusion shielding the entrance vanished as soon as you spoke the words, and that it did not react to Isgrim himself.
Tell me, Tahar, what do you make of that?
Maybe I'm connected to this place.
But how? I know there is more to you than meets the eye. Something about you is different, although I cannot say what it is.
I believe we stand on the verge of a change. Things have happened, Tahar.
How do you know this? Are you some kind of medium?
A medium? No, quite the opposite. I am an observer. As you have undoubtedly noticed, I lack the, let us call it, emotional intensity most people display in their daily lives. That can be a challenge, but it also allows me a unique perspective.
And to me, it is evident that the war your father started has done more than simply given birth to the purity of life.
You're talking about the Bloodburn.
Among other things, yes. But as I said, there is more to it. All this, your journey, your role in what Rondar... But let us continue this discussion when I can give you...
All right.
Why?
When something comes up.
Understood. Yes? What is it?
Where did you grow up? You don't look Nortandian.
I do not. That is correct.
Imperia.
Imperial.
It's a long way from here.
I know, but I hardly have any memories. My parents fled from the Civil War and set over to Nortand.
So you were
И
refugees?
это далеко,
Yes,
это юг.
much like many Nortandians are now. We lived in the Utran lands, and my parents are still there.
What's it like to live in Nortander as an Imperian?
Well, it was my impression that Utran people are by nature a lot more skeptical towards outsiders than... All in all, however, I cannot complain. Both my father and my mother found work quite quickly, and thanks to my occupation as first scholar of the Creators Guild, they now...
And when did you discover your
At a very early age. I believe I was 7 at that time. I must have had an outbreak, but I can hardly remember any of it. All I know is that my mother's employer, who was a mage himself, immediately took me in. I went to Everlight when I was 10, and did not leave there ever since. Until now.
Interesting. You're the first...
I'm not surprised.
I've noticed that you use both white and black magic in combat.
Normally, yes. The essence of white and of black magic deeply oppose each other. Trying to combine both of them. I, however, never had that problem. The first time I found out was at the Arcane University in Greyfell, where I studied. The white magic spell I had cast on a rabbit to heal his wounded paw accidentally killed. I was very young at that time, and I knew my professor would be upset if he found out, so I channeled my energy on undoing what I had done. As a result, I created it. Immediately went feral, and I put it back to sleep. But rather than feeling the terrible headache that had been described to us as an effect of combining these two, I secretly continued these experiments during my studies, and found out that whatever...
Do you have an explanation for this?
No, I do not.
Huh. Well, that's odd. Goodbye. Understood.
С гримом теперь. Так, ящиков новых не появилось. А, вот Вилрон. Точно. Безумный эльф-то. Ну, безумный в смысле стихи там, блин, начитывает, пипец.
Now would you look at that?
Увеличивает силу заклинаний на 3%. Хорошо.
Ellen's reigns. What a journey. But I must admit, this...
Are you still,
I shall forever be heartbroken. But none of that matters. Tell me, do you mind if I stick around for a while longer? Iskander isn't safe these days. Especially not, even if the dark is...
Yes, you can stay. Maybe you could even help.
Of course, though...
That will change.
I will. Goodbye, Tahar. And thank you... Yes? Yes? Have you come to see the fruits of my labor?
I'm sure I've got something that might spark your interest.
Слабовато. Копье атакует.
Farewell.
Так, если ты такой, товарищ, что у тебя интеллект. Так тебе надо, значит. А, доспех у тебя так себе, конечно, но ладно, что-нибудь придумаем. Меч получше будет точно. Щит можно тебе получше дать, но ладно, потом. Так, ты у нас что? Белый, чисто маг, да? Дайте надо... Выносливый, чтобы тебе более удобный доспех одеть. Что мне не нравится какой-то доспех. 5-5. Совсем... 40-40. Ничего так. Здесь концентрация. Пусть лучше будет так. Я думаю, я вот этого больше возьму. Мне нравится пока вот этот вот Андергаст. Здоровье нифига. Ну, 279. Ну, это легко поправляется амулетом каким-нибудь. Здоровье.
What's next? Got it.
Ирей
Now would you
поговорим,
look
а
at that?
этот... Дальнейшие шаги обсудим. Я думаю, я к этим пойду.
Tahar, I guess I still owe you an explanation, don't I? About that bandit in Farland's Hope?
Да, должна.
Do you?
I do. First off, I'm not angry that you stopped me. From your perspective, or anyone's, it was probably the right thing to do.
That's good to hear.
Yes, but it doesn't mean I regret what I've done or what I was about to do. About 5 years ago, something happened. I was on the road and the sun had just started to set. It was a beautiful day, really. The sky was clear, the stars were coming out, and the crickets were chirping. Just 1 mile before the village gates, I saw a woman and her son. Or at least I thought he was. And they were surrounded by 2 men and a woman, who were pushing her around, tearing her clothes off. She was weeping, begging them for mercy, and her son, who probably didn't realize what was happening, was holding her leg and crying. That woman's screams were horrible. What I remember even more was the crying of that poor boy. long story short, I didn't help. I just stood there, watching it all through the thickets, like some grotesque play. When they were done...
Why didn't you help?
I've been asking myself the same thing ever since. In the end, I think it was plain cowardice. Then again, if life taught me something, then it's that only in... Sure, there are exceptions, but most of us just stand by and watch.
And that was why you tortured the bandit?
I guess. That woman the bandit in Farland's Hope killed. I don't know. And yeah, I know it was a stupid thing to do. Stupid and above all pointless. Making that bandit suffer didn't help anyone. Neither the woman he had tortured... I just couldn't help it. It was as if some dark part of my mind had taken over.
Maybe it was your way of atoning for not helping that woman.
Atoning? Either way, anything else you need? If not, I'd like to have some time on my... Corporal? Need anything?
Tell me a bit about your time on the road. What was it like?
Is that a command, Corporal?
Please?
All right, but I'm afraid there isn't so much to tell. Have you ever been on the road by yourself?
A long time ago.
Well, then you know how wearisome it can get. Sleeping under the stars sounds romantic at first, until you realize that most of the time your stomach and your purse are empty, and your feet are full of blisters. And of course, there's the constant danger.
Did you ever have a companion?
Some, yeah, but most of it was just temporary. Though there was...
How did you meet?
Coincidence. A small town between Finn and Mir and Lar. We played dice together and he cheated. When I called him out on it, he tried to turn tail. But one of the other guests stopped him for me. They wanted to go give him a beating, but I told them to stop. He gave me back my money and we started talking. And, believe it or not, we found that we got along quite well.
So you started traveling together?
I wouldn't call him that. He was just young and careless. We ended up traveling for almost a year.
I see. What was your relationship?
You mean... no, we were just friends. He was way too young for my liking, and I think I was too old for him. We were more like sisters.
What was his story? Where was he headed?
Into the blue, same as me. He had quite an interesting task, but I wouldn't feel comfortable sharing it with you, to be honest. He wouldn't want that.
Huh. So...
Nothing dramatic. We came by a village and decided to rest there for a while. The roads had become quite dangerous due to the mage wars, and he liked it. Ben the Smith wanted him as an apprentice, so he stayed. I was surprised and a bit hurt at first, but then I realized it was probably for the...
Huh. And how did you make...
That was the easiest part. I healed people.
With light magic?
Yes and no. It was my magic that mended the wounds, but since frankly put, whenever I treated someone, I gave him a magical potion to drink, which was just water mixed with some harmless herb to give it color. The rest was laying on hands to help the potion's effect.
And that worked?
Better than you'd think. People were fighting over my panacea as if I was Ellen incarnate, while cursing the evil defilers who had caused this war.
Do you miss it sometimes?
Well, we're still vagabonds somehow, aren't we? But I know what you mean. There was this one night I'll never forget. I had made a camp at a clearing, set up campfire, and I was leaning against a tree, slowly drifting towards... My first impulse was to jump up, but I didn't. Instead, as if all my life I had been... That feeling lasted until the sun came up.
That sounds beautiful.
And a bit traumatic. But, yeah.
And what do you make of it?
Truth be told, I don't know. But it...
Goodbye.
Надо будет еще вернуться за архитектором. В леса Искандера-то.
To this day, the Shaper's magical and techno...
Yeah, it's a... Wait. What's that?
I'm sorry?
That thing you've got there, the shard. Can I take... Niehaus hammer. This is amazing.
I don't follow. What's so special about this thing?
This thing, as you call it, is part of an artifact. One that the scholars have been writing about for centuries. Look, if you find more of these, please bring them to me as fast as you can. It might be
Okay. If I find more peat...
You have to. Nihal's hammer, I still can't believe it.
Now,
Tahar, may I help you with something?
what exactly is it that fascinates you?
Oh, Tahar, that's quite a topic. I don't mind sharing, but are you sure you want to go?
I am.
All right. Well, you see, the Shapers have always fascinated me. They're all over EO, yet for some reason so many people are almost oblivious to it. On the one hand, of course, that's very sad. On the other hand, it also makes it a lot more exciting. Tell me, Tahar, when seeing all of this, don't you sometimes feel like you're exploring a childhood dream? The kind of world the poets and the bards always spoke of?
Sometimes, yes.
Absolute. But this childish fascination was only the spark. The more I studied, did you know that at the pinnacle of their existence, they ruled over all of...
You seem to consider that a good thing.
Oh, good, bad, the world doesn't work like that. Of course, there are writings that hint, and it persisted for tens of thousands of years. Can you imagine?
Чё же она исчезла? Я, в принципе, знаю, что она исчезла по сюжету.
Wisdom. Nothing in the EO of today can match that. Nothing.
How do you know all this?
Some of it from writings, some of it's just connecting the dots. I know how their problem is. They're trying to understand the Shapers by reading books and dusty tablets. That's not how it works. You need to get out another piece of... Because it is.
My father always told me the Shaper Empire relied on...
What? No, that's rubbish. The Shapers had castes, but to call these slaves is like calling... say a tanner who was born out... And even the very lowest caste, the Zalanyur, always had enough to eat, a roof over their heads, and could without paying a sink. So if you think that's unjust, go ahead. Ask an Everlight beggar which era he'd rather live in. He's not a slave, yes, but in some ways he's worse off.
And how exactly did
They had the liberty of being the first living civilization on our EO, at least as far as we know. That made it easier to maintain peace and stability. Until the end.
And yet...
Yeah.
Most scholars think it was the dragon.
They do, but I doubt it. You saw what the Shapers were capable of. Even a race as powerful as the dragons couldn't have wiped them out. And you see the shape the city is, but regardless of what it was, it doesn't change the fact that the way the current races of this world treat the Shapers is nothing short of pathetic. And why? Just because it doesn't fit into our religion? Because to many, admitting what a marvel the Shapers truly were would mean admitting that our culture is pale and...
Is our world really...
It depends on your expectations. We could do worse, certainly, but if this is as good as we can get, then I have nothing to feel but pity.
Maybe you're right.
There is. In any case, I suppose you found your...
I see. Well, thanks for the explanation. Goodbye. Will do.
Так, а другие места? Понятно.
What do we need?
А, ты уже тут, ё-моё. Тогда смысл тебе? Это не отсылка ли на Хакана Ашир, это я вот думаю. Вот это вот Андерсон. Типа он его заменитель, скорее всего.
let us make this quick.
Once famous for their golden wheat fields and forests rich in
Вот с этим
game,
поговорить,
the lands
вернуться и
now known as
поговорить
the
с ним.
Iskander Wilds were once the property of House Val.
What is it? This way, right? Something you need?
Мужиком. О. Наконец-таки с тобой можно поговорить.
Let's see. Time to go, Mr. Architect.
You can call me John.
I think I'll stick with Architect.
Fine.
Just call me Tahar.
You're a weird one, to.
You have no idea.
Ты куда, во все свет, что ли, побежишь? Чем я за тобой во все свет?
All right, why not?
Uh-huh. Sounds like a plan.
As you want.
Это насчет ловкости, может быть, я могу открыть или еще вряд ли. Но он во все свет бежит.
Of the
Там
few
его уже
refugees
надо,
who make
видимо,
it to
вербовать.
Everlight, many are shocked to find that their troubles do not end there. Though its neutrality as a city-state left it largely unscathed.
Corporal?
Где я тебя найду? Мужик. Этот гребаный архитектор. Так, кстати. Или он уже там будет? Что-то непонятно.
Now would you look at that?
Так. 1, 4, 1, 4, 7, 1, 4, 7, 2.
The
Что за
hardest thing about
укрытие,
business
интересно?
is minding your own.
Что я здесь найду, интересно?
I will do as I must.
Look at that, boys.
Let's see what we can do.
Here we go.
Give up.
Индюки тут скрываются.
Understood.
Кстати, по поводу книг.
what's next?
Blasted armor. Sure.
Interesting.
Sure.
Это тайник бандитов, что ли? Вот это вот дело хорошее. Что ли?
Got it.
Все так все.
Let's see.
Дюков вот тут подрезали.
Of the few refugees who make it to Everlight, many are shocked to find that their troubles do not end there. Though its neutrality as a city-state left it large.
Huh?
Yes.
Yes? What is it, Corporal?
You got it.
Now would you look at that?
Детектор. Не знаю, он сразу в Маландире или нет.
Yes, dear?
Ну, наверное, он типа отправился со всеми остальными. Значит, он в этом же. В серую цитадель мы не можем отправиться. Под листья потом. В Маландир только. Джон Таллер. Это вот, вот он.
What do we need?
Интересно, что он нам предложит.
Let's see.
Well, well, Corporal, you didn't exaggerate. This place is beautiful. Thanks again for giving me this chance. So, let's talk about why you brought me here. I have spoken to some of your commanders, and I think my... Yes? Yes?
Let me take a look at your designs.
Of course. Take all the time you need.
Так. Понятно.
Farewell.
Этому отправимся. Чудику мясо ему дадим.
Yes?
Это через Фарлорн нам идти. Что он так не пускает, видимо.
Huh? Matter? We should get moving.
Huh. Interesting. That way?
Huh?
Will do.
Though your legs ache and your stomach burns with hunger, you cannot help but feel...
Чудику, царю. Или как он там называется. Потом уже обсудим и ну, заканчивать будем на сегодня. Что такое?
This way, right?
Этого голема можно забрать. Ну, можно и оставить. Вот я божий камень забыл активировать.
Who is this? City goblins, is it not? God King likes. Chewy, yes, but good for power. God King thinks.
Fine.
Yes?
Идем обратно, Муландир. Если я правильно помню, этих создателей как раз таки грохнули эти, как их там звать, драконы, как раз.
Understood.
Не знаю, наверное, к оркам пойду. Сначала. Потом к эльфам.
Now would you look at that?
13 уровень за это не дадут, конечно.
All right, let's get to the chase. We need to discuss where and how we start our search. You're all familiar with the objective?
I think so. We need to find the Forge Stones to reignite the Nexus, decipher the Song of the White with it, and put an end to the Bloodburn.
That's about it. Area thinks that someone removed the Nexus stone shortly before the city was abandoned. But they left markers on the... And now that we have a small army backing us up, we can start searching.
Yeah, we suspect one of the stones to be in the desert of Aenir's Blade. Probably in the possession of the...
An unknown island.
Correct. And yes, the oceans might have long taken it, which is why the only way to...
Wait. I am not certain, but I might know what that island is. Does it happen to be in the northwest? In the Black Sea?
I think so.
Well, that's fascinating. 2 years ago, there was an archaeologist in Everlight who claimed the same. That there was an island in the Black...
Did he find it?
That is a complicated story. But building a ship would take a month. And this is a trail we could...
Well,
and intriguing. So, where do we go first, Tahar?
I'll think about it.
Will do, Corporal.
Теперь еще и камни добавились. Надо сначала союзников собрать. Ладно, на этом мы закончим. Спасибо за просмотр. Ставьте лайки, пишите комментарии, подписывайтесь на канал. С вами был Здравствуйте. До свидания, товарищи.